Hi, I'm Danessa from the Boys and Girls Club, and I'm going to be reading you this book, The Crying Christmas Tree. Many, many years ago, in a little Indian reserve called Whitefish Bay, there lived an old couple, Kukum and Titonan. They lived by hunting and fishing. At that time, most people of Whitefish Bay lived this way. Every winter, just before Christmas, people would leave the nearest town 100 kilometers away. There were no roads going into the reserve, and not many people owned cars anyway. The people traveled to town by horse and sled, by the way of frozen lakes. It was a beautiful sight to watch them go, taking their pelts and fish to the markets. It took them 2 days to get to town and 2 days back. Kukum and Titonan enjoyed Christmas to the fullest. Their grown children and their families were close by. Kukum and Titonan had many grandsons and granddaughters. It was for these grandchildren that they looked forward to Christmas. Every year, they all gathered at Kukum's and Titonan's before joining the people at the community hall. One present for each child was allowed at the hall. That night, the little Christmas tree came to her in a dream. The little tree was lying outside in the snow, crying and pleading with the Kukum to bring it in. The tree was so sad it wanted to please the children and celebrate Christmas before returning to the soil. Kukum cried too because she shared the Christmas tree's sadness and despair. Kukum and Titonan left early the next morning to go to town. They would be back on Christmas Day. Kukum avoided looking at the little Christmas tree as they left. But she knew it was there, outside and sad. Kukum told Titonan what had happened as they rode on their horse and sled. I went and I got a Christmas tree for us, she said, but the boys threw it out because it was not good enough. They are so selfish. Maybe I won't buy them any presents. She stopped, wiping her tears away. Titonan put his arm around her, saying, "You will buy them presents because you are a loving person, and Christmas is a time for love." This made Kukum feel much better. Yes, she would buy everyone presents. Maybe someday her grandsons would realize what they had done and learn a lesson from the experience. A lesson that when someone does something for you, it is for love. Kukum and Titonan arrived back home on Christmas Day, their sled loaded with food and presents. The grandchildren were at their home waiting for them. The little Christmas tree was not where it lay before. They threw it into the stove. Kukum thought. The children came running out as they came to the door. There was quite a commotion as the kids grabbed boxes to bring them into the house. Kukum went in first, carrying an armful of packages. She wondered what kind of tree the boys had brought home. She did not want to look, but all the kids were anxious for her to see it. She let the kids drag her into the living room, trying to smile and look happy for the children. The boys stood beside the tree as their grandmother was brought into the room. Tears of joy welled up in the eyes of the old woman as she saw her little Christmas tree all decorated and looking beautiful and happy. "My little Christmas tree," Kukum said, trying hard not to cry. "Yes," said the boys. "We went on the path where you went to get the tree. It was a long way. We did not get there. We realized she must love us so very much to come this far for a Christmas tree. So we came straight home as fast as we could and decorated your tree. You were right. It is a beautiful Christmas tree." Kukum thanked her grandchildren for being so thoughtful, and her own children for bringing them up as much. She also thanked her husband, Titonan, for his wisdom. In her heart, she thanked her little Christmas tree for showing the children what Christmas is all about. The end.